it happen. We will make it happen. So our plan on this job is right up here. Got some standing water issue. Looks like we got some old asphalt right here. A little bit of puddling. It wasn't in their budget for me to bring the excavator all the way out here to actually grade this stuff. So I'm debating on either doing road bond or actually doing ballast. So I'm gonna kind of fill that out as I go. And then our other part is this over here. Drops off the asphalt like these usually do. People will be pulling up and out of here. It actually kind of comes uphill. So we're gonna have to fill that in and make this a nice smooth transition. So yeah, I think we can make this one happen real quick. So this is actually working out to be some firm ground here. I see what they did, and they told me they did it, but I didn't know it occurred up here. They actually brought mulch to coat this area, and that's, you just don't use mulch for a parking area to firm it up. You can see, even the weight of my tractor, you can see the soft spots, but I've pushed most of the soft mud out. So we got that pushed out. I got our water draining pretty good here. And it's a nice even pass. So once we bring the road bond in, I'm gonna tell them to mark this area off. I'll use them cones and let this moisture absorb into the road bond after I spread it on, and then when it dries, that stuff will set up really good. We just gotta, if you do it that way, you have to keep people off of it, because if that road bond's really soaking wet, it will squish out to the sides. So let's head up to the quarry and get some stone. We just scaled in at the North Buncombe Quarry. We're here to get our very first load of road bond, and we can scale that at 33,000. The truck scaled at 14,800. So that's 18,200 pounds divided by 2,000. So we can legally load this thing down with 9.1 tons. Just to kind of test it out this first time around, we are, I'll have them put me about 8.5 on here. 8.5, somewhere around there. That ought to set us up pretty good. Tell you what, I'm gonna get spoiled riding this truck. It's too easy. Somewhere between 8 and 9. Let's see how that feels. Going on the scales. Right at 8 tons, I believe. 30,000, right on the money. So really we could go back down and put 3,000 more on this thing, but we'll just roll with it and see how it does with this load. Okay, the official weigh-in was 7.6 tons, so no wonder it felt light coming up and out of there. See, we're just gonna roll with it. It always amazes me. I'll be right in the middle of a project, obviously, and people park on it. Absolutely amazing. Every time. Well, let's go find some people to move their cars. just a quick little explanation of how I'm doing this. It's okay to get road bond on the asphalt. It will clean off. What I'm doing is I'm starting out on the blacktop, and I'm using that as my gauge, and I'm lowering the box blade just until I start hearing that cutting edge rubbing the asphalt. So I know I've made contact, but I don't want to bear in. And then I swing in and I collect just a little pile of the road bond, and then I'm almost doing S's. So here's your pile of road bond. I'm backing into it and I'm collecting some material, and I'm just pushing straight on through, and then I just push it over onto this loose shoulder. And then right when I get to a point where I've about dumped all the road bond out, I'll jerk up on the hydraulic lift to lift my box blade to deposit a good little lip. And then I'm backing over it, mashing this dry road bond down into that moist shoulder. So by the time I get back with the next load of road bond, this road bond here will have sucked up that moisture, and we'll be able to drive on it and really pack it in good. Now that we've gotten the base layer down, which is that first layer, and it's packed in good, I'm gonna start backing that box blade up. And I'm not going to go all the way to the back of the pile. I'm just going to back up far enough to where the back of the tires come up to the pile so it doesn't throw me out of level. And then I'm going to drop the box blade and I'm going to start pulling material out. And I'm going to start out just halfway on and off the asphalt. And then with each pass, I'm going to scoot closer and closer over to move that material. Alright, so we got this shoulder pretty well finished up. Hopefully we can keep people from parking on it until this afternoon. Now give that road bond plenty of time to absorb that moisture below. Let's go get another load of material and we'll start working these other holes. very, very fortunate. I gotta be the luckiest guy on the planet, actually, because as soon as I got all my road bond smoothed out and graded, it started this perfect slow rain. I couldn't do it better with a water hose or a water truck, and it's just the right amount of moisture in this road bond for me to be able to roll it with the truck here and pack it in. So once I get this packed in real good, I'll get you guys out of the truck and show you how it looks when it's been packed wet. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's been rolled in damp. That stuff is solid. So now all I've got to do is go back over it with the tractor, and I'm going to put my draft control all the way up so it's got as little pressure going down on the ground as possible. The only soft spot is that one spot that was holding a lot of water, so I'm going to pull this excess material in and we're going to cone it off, that way it can dry out for a day or two. For the most part, I'm a lucky person when it comes to customers, because they just always, just about all the time, are such nice people. This place we're working at is a tea room. Luckily, they have coffee and they offered to make me a cup. So, cheers to that. Off we go. Down this hill, get that tailgate to close. I think. My cup has got a bad spot in it. It's okay. I got a backup cup here. Good old Dunkin' cup. Dunkin' never fails me. I say. I have to get me a little trash can in here. I don't even want to put that down on the platform. I'll get over that eventually. Pretty soon. Anyway. Alright, so I have discovered on this 750, it will turn on a dime. You'll need a football field to get this joker turned around. And whether you're loaded or not, if you're on a road that's 45 miles or less, miles per hour, that is, you just go ahead and, even though it's an automatic, you can bump it down and you can tell it what gear to top out at. It's pretty cool. This truck's just all day long. It hasn't done anything I didn't like. It has performed. And I don't know if I would recommend it this early in the game, because I haven't really had a chance to work it. But if I had to say, just based on what I've seen so far, good truck. So we're going to get them a half more of a truck load, so about 4 or 5 tons. I'll probably just go ahead and get 5 tons. I've noticed at this quarry, they load me about a half ton of light for whatever I tell them on. So I'll tell them give me about 5.5 tons. That should give my customer a fair tonnage. I told them I could do this job for do the grading part of it plus 3.5 loads. Even though I think they're good, I have found that instead of giving the customer the option of just me cutting the price, it always works out better if I just go ahead and bring them all the material that I've quoted the job for in this type of a job. It just always works out better. And there's an equation that I use to figure out my material. So if it comes up that I think that I have done the job good, but I'm quite a bit short on the amount of material that I brought in, I just need to go ahead and bring more and top it out. So there's my thought for the moment. Let's get on up to the quarry and get some tonnage. I get about 5.5 tons here at road bump. We are loaded up. Truck did great today. Big Orange did great today. I did the best that I could. What we essentially achieved was smoothing this area out, packing it in, and now it's fluffy looking because I just went back over it with the box. We had enough material to actually fix this shoulder for them too. So you can see where people have been parking over here and just rutted it out. Got that fixed. I'm gonna move us a couple extra cones, maybe one extra right here to keep people out of this wet spot. Hopefully it'll dry up. We got this corner fixed. And that last half of a load I dumped off below where that kind of like still dipped a bit. So now we got a nice smooth transition along this whole thing. And we got these corners fixed where people have been cutting them a little short, and you can see that's where I packed it with the tractor. This is the truck right here. That is solid, and when it dries out it'll really be solid. Did the best I could over here in that little corner. So yeah, customer was happy with it. I had to take off, but they cut me a check before they left, so that's always a good thing. So if you guys have any questions about how I did this job or why I did something a certain way, drop it in the comments section. Otherwise, I'd be humbled greatly if you'd subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed to. So I'm gonna load up and we're gonna go home to mama. We're gonna have some chicken for supper.